Recently, the Lorcana rules were released, and I am happy that I was wrong. I was wrong about so much about the rules and my predictions. It's just so much better than I thought it was going to be. So first up on the quick play, we see that there's characters, items, and actions. We already knew about those. But then I didn't know about songs. And songs are cool because they're like actions, except for you have an alternative play cost. When you have a character that's in play and they're not yet tapped, if they meet the requirements for the song, they can actually sing it as an alternate cast type. Then they can just tap your character that's in play. It'll play the song and play without having to pay the cost of the card. That's cool, and as we'll get to later, that actually has strategic value, and that's really awesome. And it really fits with the Disney theme. So already Lorcana's doing something really cool. They have something that fits in with Disney. They've got something that's themed specifically to this game. That's just one of the things that's really awesome because the ink and not being able to get mana screwed is actually really cool too. So right in this area of the quick play, they talk about the inkwell. And basically what the inkwell is that you place one of your cards face down into the inkwell, and then it's basically like mana in Magic the Gathering. You can use it like a land. And basically any card can be used in the inkwell, and each card is just worth one ink. It doesn't matter what color the card is, all ink are the same color. So here what it says when you put a card in the inkwell, show the card to your opponent, put it face down in your inkwell as an ink. Every card in your inkwell represents one, no matter what is on the front. So you get to strategically choose which cards you put into your inkwell. Cards put in your inkwell stay there for the rest of the game. You can't take them out. But once you put a card in there, nothing on the front matters at all. Not even its cost or type. It's just an ink. So this is really cool because now you don't have to worry about how many lands or energy cards like in Pokemon you put in your deck. So we don't have some people putting in 12, 13, and other people putting in 30. Everyone is allowed the same amount of characters and spells because the only thing that actually matters is that if we come back up to this card here, you can see this circle around it, and that circle means it can be used as an ink. Almost all the cards on here have that circle. The only one on here that doesn't have it is Dragonfire, and I guess the song doesn't have it as well. So these two could be used as inks, and these ones wouldn't. So the only thing that's limiting your deck is how many cards you put with this little ink symbol on it. That should entirely eliminate resource problems like other games have. The next thing that's really cool, I think, is questing. So questing uses these symbols on the card, and basically on your turn, you can tap one of your cards, and you get victory points for each one of these symbols on it. So this Mickey, if he goes on a quest, he gets instantly 2 points, and you need 20 points to win, and that's cool. But when you're on a quest, you can actually get messed with by your opponent. Basically, when you're tapped, you can then be attacked. So every time you go out and try to earn these 2 victory points, you're opening yourself up for attack by other cards. So here you can see like Cruella could technically go out for 1, but she's only got a 1/3, where this Mickey could then attack her and kill her, and then he would only take 1 damage. So it's interesting, and you can't attack a player directly, which actually goes more with the Disney theme as well. But I think it also gives you strategic advantage because when we talk about that again, we still say like, oh, on the song you're allowed to tap someone as a cost, but that has a problem now because when you sing a song, now you might be able to get attacked as well. So I think there's some strategic value there. We'll have to see how it plays out, but I like the idea that it's not just like Pokemon where you just attack the other person because that's what the only thing you're allowed to do. It also thematically makes it different than like Magic the Gathering, where it's two wizards dueling each other. Here you're two people going out on a quest. You're looking for treasure, and it's a race, and the first one who reaches it kind of wins it. I think it thematically makes it kind of cool. It makes it easier to explain to kids what you're trying to do, especially when you're trying to teach the game. I think it makes it cool, and it just all kind of fits nicely together. They also have this rarity key here of commons, rares, legendaries, uncommons, and super rares. I don't think it's really going to matter too much. They might as well have just had 3 of those, but it's kind of nice that they let you know on the cards which one's which. For when people are just getting started, they'll kind of know how rare their card is. Overall, I like how these rules all come together. It seems a whole lot easier than Magic. I'm sure it isn't really, because when you start looking at all these special abilities on cards and keywords, it's gonna get more complicated. Maybe when Dreamborn and Sorcerer have different side effects in game. There's gonna be a lot of variation in play. But as far as just getting started in playing and learning how to play some cards, I think it's a really cool and easy set, and it's a lot easier than playing Magic was when I was a kid. So they've got me hyped to start building decks. I was taking a break from Lorcana content just because nothing much was coming out, but these rules are really cool, and I'm happy I was wrong. I'm happy I was wrong on just about everything. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content. I'll keep making videos.